my
And
son.
he's on. And there's Bubba. Say hi, Bubba.
What's up, Bubba?
Yo.
So, Chris, thanks again for joining us for our team call. I know you don't really do team calls very often. And so, again, we're just super, super grateful that you're here. Squad, say hi to Chris, wave, and put your questions in the chat. And Chris, just so you know, this is a group. So we've got new coaches, we have seasoned coaches, we even have challengers in here, I think. We've invited our challengers. So we've had grads of the Shift Shop as well as people who are doing it for the first time starting this week. Okay. So I thought it would be great if you wouldn't mind, considering it's a good mixed group, if you wouldn't mind just sort of sharing for us in a nutshell, what is Shift Shop, who is it for, and what can we kind of expect? And I have people they're going to be asking questions for you in the chat, and then I'll sort of facilitate questions while you share.
Well, the Shift Shop is really, it's for everybody. I mean, it's just really, it boils down to just being, anybody who just wants change, wants to, be their absolute best. They're just not, happy. Just basically just go to the next level. The whole concept of the program, it kind of came from just a really dark place I was in, at a time. And so, it was a period where I got in trouble, and it was a situation that happened where I kind of took the rap for something that wasn't mine. And so I was put in a position where, the person who was, was responsible for it wasn't there. And so, I'm at this residence, this package of drugs show up. It was marijuana, and it's just, I was at the residence the day before. My son's mom and my son, they lived there. And so I'm there visiting. I saw the police go by, but I just thought they was patrolling the area. I'm a very popular guy in my town, man. So I train like a lot of all the pro guys that come back home. We're a really big gym. And so, they rolled by, they took the license plate of the driveway. My car was there, so they immediately thought it was mine. So then the next day, I'm there visiting. Actually, she was in the process of moving back here to my home here, and this package is there. And I look at her, and she look at me, and I'm like, "Did you order something?" She's like, "No, did you order?" I'm like, "Why would I order? I don't live here." You know what I mean? And before you knew it, whoop, they came around a corner like, "Chris, come here." I'm like, "What's going on, guys?" And they said, "No, what's in this package?" And I said no, and she didn't know, and they put her to the side, and they says, "Chris, a drug dealer," and she actually laughed at him. And so said, "No, like the guy works like 80 hours a week. You guys, he's at the gym all the time, And so anyway, make a long story short, I got arrested for it because it was in her. The person responsible for it, I guess, was supposed to put it in another person's name. That it was a vacant apartment across the hall that moved out of state. Well, he ended up putting it in my son's mom's name, and so somebody had to go down for this package. It wasn't mine. I had no traces to it to me, and they were going to take her to jail. And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. So wait a minute. She gonna get arrested for something that's not hers? We don't know that. It's in her name. I said, so what if I say it's mine? Are you saying it's yours? If I say it's mine, is she gonna get in trouble? They said no. So well, then it's mine. I mean, that's just how I took it. I was like, it's mine then. You're saying this is your package. Absolutely, it's my package. And there's no one else there but her and I'm not letting her go to jail, So, man, I got in big trouble. And so, first time I've ever been in trouble, and my community erupted, man. Everybody just like blasted me like badly. The whole community. My daughter was getting blasted at school, and that's why you drive that car. We knew your dad. It was just too good to be true that he has, such a successful gym. He had to be doing something on the side. And she's like, "Dad, tell the truth." I'm like, "I can't." I already told him it was mine. And so I went through a dark place because in that process, she started getting bullied and really bad. And she couldn't understand why I couldn't tell the truth. And so about a month went by, and she started getting, they have these phones where you can, like these apps on the phones, like iPhones. I think they have them on Android, where you can choose a phone number. And I can call you, I can text you, but you can text me back, but you can't call me back. And it's non-traceable because it's an app. The only way it's traceable is the FBI will trace it if there's a threat, like someone is threatening you. And so anyway, it has to be a physical threat, like murder or I'm going to kill you or something like that. But yeah. So anyway, they're sending her these text messages. You know, your dad is going down. We're going to make sure he never gets out of jail. We're going to send drugs to your home. So she's freaking out. She's spazzing. She's just losing her mind. And, you know, there were times I'd be in the bed and I hear her run up the stairs. So I jump up and I'm like, what are you doing? Someone said there's a package on our porch. And there's nothing there. They're taunting her. And so it just got to her mind. She's like, you need to say it's not yours. And just, she literally lost her mind. So anyway, make a long story short, her and I got into an argument about her laundry not being done because I have rules in my house. You know, I don't care if I'm in trouble or not. You still gotta follow the rules. You gotta have your laundry done. If you go away, I'm a pretty cool dad, man. I feel like, you know, when you go away for the weekend, your laundry has to be done on Friday. That way, because you come back Sunday, you don't want to do laundry when you come back Sunday. You want to chill. And so I said, you leave for the weekend, go to your grandma's, your mom's house. Laundry has to be done. It wasn't done. So I called her. I said, you got to come back home and do your laundry. She was like, I'm not coming back home. I said, whoa, excuse me. It's the first time she ever talked back to me. And she was like, I'm not coming back there. I don't want to be there. You know, I can't sleep. And I understood where she was coming from. I said, well, listen, you don't come back and do this laundry, you're going to have more problems than just not being able to sleep. I'm taking that Lexus. I'm taking everything. You know, you're gonna catch the bus to school as a senior. I'm taking it all. And she was like, you're gonna take my car? Oh, spoiled kid. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna take your car. You know, you gotta come do your laundry. She said, I'm not coming. I'm like, okay, you got 15 minutes to get here. I waited 20. She didn't show up. Called her back. I'm not coming. I said, okay, well, I'm coming to get your car because it's in my name. So it was a gift to you, but that's why I kept it in my name till you graduate, and I'm gonna sign it over to you. But no, I'm gonna come, you know, come get the car. So anyway, she got mad, left, went to Rite Aid. She bought some extra strength Tylenol. She had it, man, some extra strength Tylenol, and she took 30 of them and went back to her grandma's house, ran some bath water, and sat there. And man, her grandpa came home at the right time. He knocked on the door. He had to use the restroom, and she had the music playing, and she didn't respond, obviously. Went downstairs, sat there for a second, came back upstairs, knocked again, said she doesn't take baths, though. She says she's a shower type of kid. She don't like to sit in her own dirt. Knocked again, no, didn't hear anything. So he didn't want to walk in on her because it was loud. Maybe she didn't hear. He peeked the door. She was draped over the bathtub, unresponsive, man. If he had been about 10 more minutes, my daughter would have died. She was in intensive care for 4 days, and then I got beat up by child services bad. Like, they said, this is all your fault because, like I said, I'm pretty well known. Like, look what you're causing. I would visit my daughter in the hospital. It's like people peeking in the windows and security, like I'm felt like some kind of villain. Like, this is crazy, man. And so anyway, she gets out of the hospital, and my life was in shambles. Almost lost both of my gyms, almost lost my home. And I was broken, just completely broken as a man, like literally broken. And I felt like I let my uncle down because he had the dream. So what I did is, if you guys can look, see, I told Bubba I wasn't going to go into this story, but I got to give it to you. So if you look, all around this is my man cave. I got every movie, there's about 30 posters around here of all the movies that has ever influenced me. You know, that influenced me, had some kind of impact. And then my favorite one was Kung Fu Panda. And so, you know, what that movie represented to me, was literally about creation. You know, it was that folded paper. They was like, you know, this big hype about it, but when they pulled it up, was nothing there. And then the little guy, you know, just basically said, you know, it's what you create. And so, and knowing that, you know, I was still getting blasted by the public. And I got a one right here. You can't see it. It's Gandhi. And I kind of took Gandhi's approach to things. I just let people slap me around. You know, I just felt like if I respond, I'm a drug dealer, I'm a thug. You see what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, I got to eat this. In the meantime, I'm still going out in public. I'm not hiding. I'm still going to my gym every day, but I had to make a shift. And like, I was depressed. Like, here's the crazy part. Like, I'm an extremely positive dude. Like, I'm sitting down here one day And like all of a sudden this suicidal thought comes across my mind. I'm like, wait a minute, whoa, we're in a whole different ball game now. Like I didn't entertain it, but it's just the fact that that thought came to me, like, you should just end it. And I started thinking like, oh my gosh, like I could never leave my kids. Like this is crazy. Like I'm in a really bad place. And so what I did, I sat right here at this table. And the crazy part that people don't know is I had a huge following on YouTube. And I had a buddy who used to do all my filming, and he called me when my daughter was in the ICU. I'm sorry to hear about your daughter, but I got some not so good news. I said, what's that? He said, I can't do your videos anymore. I can't be affiliated with you. I'm thinking, oh my gosh, what do you mean? Like we got some momentum. I got endorsement deals on the table, but not anymore because I got in trouble. So I lost all my endorsement deals. And so he was like, yeah, I can't be affiliated with you. So this is crazy, y'all. I had like $20,000 left I had saved up. I took 18 of it and bought my own production equipment and didn't even know how to use it. But I was determined. Like I needed that presence on YouTube because that was therapy to me. Like I love sharing my gift. So I did is I hired this guy and to come over my house twice a week for 3 months to teach me how to use the software, the camera. The very first video, this is crazy. The very first video I ever filmed and edited myself was a video that Carl saw on YouTube, which got me signed to Beachbody. And so it was a video of me training my little boy, little Chris. And so in the meantime, Carl had already discovered me. This is early December. I had no idea he discovered me, right? I already put the video up. He saw it, but I had the worst Christmas of my life. Like my kids like barely got anything. I felt like this bad dad. Like it was a horrible year. And so what I did is I sat right here and I wrote a letter to myself. And I said, look, I'm already rock bottom. It can't get no lower than this. She about to leave me because I just spent $18,000 on audio, on cameras and production, but she didn't understand my mindset. She never struggled. She don't even know what it means to struggle. Like she wasn't raised like that. And so I sat here and I said, you know what? If I'm crazy, I'm crazy, but I'm going to write this letter to myself, what I want my life to be, every aspect of it. What do I have to lose? I know what happens if I don't write it. It's just I'm going to continue to have more of the same. So I wrote in every area of my life what I wanted my life to be. And then every day I would read it and I'm like, I'm just reading words. Like I needed to connect emotion to it. Like I need those words to have a heartbeat. And the only way those words were going to have a heartbeat is if I added emotion to it. So some days I would sit here and I would cry and like read it. And then some days I would laugh and enjoy and read it as if it was happening right now. And when I did that, it became real to me. Every time I got down, I read the letter. Every time I was in a really good mood, I really read the letter. Before I went to bed, I read the letter. When I woke up, I read the letter. Before you knew it, guys, I started attracting things in my life that reflected this letter, and my physical situation started changing. 5 months later, Beachbody called. And in the letter, under my profession, I put that I would partner with a company via YouTube, Instagram, or Facebook and do great things. Well, that was Beachbody 5 months later. And when that happened, I was like, oh shit, this works. You know what I mean? I was like, I'm about to create everything now, man. So, and then, so the whole thing with Carl is this is how I love Carl. Like they call me the chosen one at Beachbody because I'm the first trainer that Carl's ever chosen himself. Everyone else was brought to him. And so when the program was really called OCD, which meant Outdoors with Chris Downing. It wasn't even called Shift Shop. It was supposed to be an outdoor training program. And so we were outside, we put the program together, and we was just having an issue with a syncing device because of the nature and the way I train, how I like to engage, how I like to talk to you. And you know, there were sirens and dogs barking and it would just interfere. So Carl said, okay, let's scratch that idea. Let's take it back indoors, make it a 21-day program. We'll figure out the outdoor concept later. Good. The problem was you can't say OCD indoors. So we still don't have a name. So 3 or 4 months, I'm still working on everything. No name. All of a sudden, like 5 hours before we have to have a name, Carl says Shift Shop. I'm like, what? He was like, the Shift Shop. We had tried all these different names, Level Up, iRamp, all these names that didn't work. He said Shift Shop, and I'm like, I'm not feeling that. I just didn't understand it. So I met with Jack, and he said, you don't like it, do you? I said, no, I don't understand. It's not that I don't like it. I just don't understand what it means. He said, Well, let me explain something to you. He said, I was going down the La Brea Avenue and I saw a bunch of shops. And I started thinking, people bring their cars here. You open this garage door, similar to the gym you have in Ohio, and you close the garage door, and then all the magic happens. The car gets broken down. It gets patched, you know, it gets putty or whatever. He said it gets sanded, then it gets, you know, repainted and polished. 3 weeks later, the garage door opens and the car is released. He said, that's what you do to people. You break them down. You reinvent them. You make them feel real good, and then you send them off. He said, and the shifting concept is shifting every 10 minutes. Every week, add an additional 10 minutes. We're just shifting, going up a ramp. And I'm like, I like it. But this is what happened. And this wraps up the story. I'm back in rehearsal, and I had a moment, like I just paused, and I got like really emotional. And I'm like, wait a minute, man, this shifting is so much bigger than just 10 additional minutes. Like, I made a shift when I wrote that letter, a shift in mindset. Despite what my physical situation was, I made a shift in my mindset to create what I wanted, to really convince myself that my life was this piece of paper. Like, it had to be a mindset. I said, no, this shift is way more powerful than that. And then I started adding personal development. I started pouring out in the filming, in the videos. That's where all the motivation and me talking to you, it was everything that I had bottled up inside, because I never wanted another person to feel the way I felt at my most broken state. So in the program, I put so much inspiration and motivation and love and encouragement and welcomeness. And that's where the whole Shift Shop just took off when that happened, man. So ta-da, there you go. That's the truth, the whole truth. That's everything.
And that was especially the truth for me when I did the Shift Shop. I know you know my friend Cam. She's a fellow master trainer of mine. And so, you know, we're training all the time. And, you know, we're doing programs all the time, and I'm dipping into programs and coming out of programs, and the Shift Shop just seemed to fit really well. So it was, I know Bubba's like, ask the questions. I was doing this for Bubba, but I didn't really think about how it was going to impact me. And it was the emotional and the mental shift for me in particular. I want to make sure that I have people ask you a couple of questions, if that's cool with you. But I also wanted to maybe have a few people share their results with you, just as a thank you and some gratitude and some celebrating to kind of wrap this up tonight. So, all right. So let's see. Amy asks, has your balance gotten any better?
Yes.
I believe it. I believe it. So, and it's funny because, you know, that's one of my things too, is like the agility. I want to be better at it. I want to be better at it.
That's my thing though. The agility is my thing. And another thing, you know, when we filmed this program, you know, when we picked the cast, you know, everybody was just so starstruck, and I was like uncomfortable. Like, wait a minute, guys, hold on. Like, I tie my shoes up like you tie your shoes up. Like, this program is way bigger than me. Like, once you really like dig into it, like, this is so much bigger than me. Like, I need you guys to own this moment for yourself. Like, whatever emotion you're feeling on set, let it out. If you want to crack jokes with me, just bring your personality. And when I told them that, it was just fun, man. We just had fun. They realized I'm just a normal person with a gift, man. And they helped make the program, you know, so amazing. So that's why there's just, the program's different, even down to the music. Like, my buddy produced 20 tracks on there. I needed music with emotion and just grit and all that stuff, man. I didn't want the typical Beachbody, you know, music. I needed a little edge. I need to be a little edgy.
And we definitely know how that goes from just a music licensing purpose and, you know, broadcasting purpose and stuff. And that was actually a question I had for you. If you were to make like the ultimate Shift Shop workout playlist, like what are like the no question, what songs would be on there, or what artists?
Honestly, man, oh man, I would probably have you mean like mainstream artists?
Whoever.
Oh.
Who would you need to have on your ultimate Shift Shop workout playlist?
Man, I'd probably have to have a little bit of everybody. Some Young Jeezy for sure.
Nice.
Definitely Jay-Z, DJ Khaled, probably some T.I. I'd have to have some Creed. I love Creed. I'd have to have Creed in there.
Right on.
Probably Probably Godsmack too. I like Godsmack. Yeah, don't let all this fool you. I know music. I'm joking.
Well, Bubba's up there like, yeah.
Yeah. Like I would add some rock to it because like rock, certain rock songs take me there. You know what I mean? They really do. So it'd be a combination of a little bit of it'd be a combination of some rock and rap together.
Nice. So let's see. Amber asks, so what's your elevator speech for people who have never heard of Shift Shop? So like, what would you say, about what Shift Shop is in just a couple of sentences to somebody who has no idea what it's about?
I would ask them, are you ready to get a glimpse of your potential? Like to really see what you was created to be. It all starts with that. It has the physical stuff, the results we got, those are just perks to the program. The real shift is the mental and emotional, because you could take that and you can take that for the rest of your life. Like the physical stuff's gonna fade. You know what I mean? And so I would just ask them, are you ready to have an experience? Like like a legitimate experience with yourself, for sure.
That was what it was for me, for sure, was an experience. And then Jane asks, any suggestions for helping my husband to work out? He has zero motivation and always gives up quickly and probably has about 50 to 75 pounds to lose.
I would love him unconditionally right where he's at. I would, if he works out for, 10 minutes, I would celebrate it as if it was 45. You tell him how proud you are. Because, as a man, even, myself, sometimes we need encouragement too, man. I mean, I know we kind of carry the title as, the person who provides security and provides for the family. But man, sometimes fellas, we get beat up, man. We get beat up and we don't want to share it with you because we don't want you to worry. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, sometimes just that little kiss on the forehead to say, I don't know what's going on in there, but I know you're going to figure it out. It'll make you stand up. So I just say, as far as him, just don't pressure him, don't, because you're losing then. You don't, just celebrate him right where he's at. And believe it or not, us men, like if he went 10, 15 minutes and he was, I'm done, and you celebrate like it was 45, he will give you 20 at some point, 20 minutes. So you got to hold his hand for a little bit until he takes off and running, because you don't know what he's dealing with. You know what I mean?
I think Bubba does.
I need some of that coffee, Bubba.
It's coming. We'll get it to you. Don't worry.
That's not a problem.
Let's see. I know, Kara, you had a question. Did you type it in, or you can ask it. Go ahead, Matt.
Yeah, will you ask it, Kara? What's up?
Okay. So I was asking before we got on, we're looking to get our 10-year-old to get some strength in his legs. He plays ball. He does a lot of cardio, but we realized today he needs a little more strength. So we're looking for some fun workouts that aren't going to like scare him out of our gym that he could do. So which one in the program you'd recommend kind of starting him with that they could do together?
I would definitely do the speed workouts with him together. And this is the reason, because I do it with little Chris. It's fun. It ain't, because especially like when a kid is that young, that they don't like to feel pain. Like they don't like to feel that. They don't understand the concept of that burn. But if dad is like doing something with him, and then all of a sudden you sneak in a strength move, he's already engaged. And like, for example, say you do double cross sprint with him and round. No, that's too much. Whoops, I lost myself for a minute. So say on 25, the high knee run, right? You do the high knee run for a minute and you're just talking to him, and he's just, it's just, there's something about a little boy and his pops doing stuff together that's kind of like, with my dad, I'm cool right now. And then during like, pause it for a second. All right, son, let's hold the bear. The bear is like the ultimate strength move. And then he said, I bet you can't hold it longer than me. Yes, I can, Dad. Now you got him. Now he's sitting there competing with you, and he don't even realize he's getting stronger. So it's more of those things of like the dad son challenge. And then you know what? Sometimes when you're doing the bear, just purposely fall out just so he has victory. Even though, and it just it's like, it gives him confidence. And he's like, yeah, I beat you, Devin. Oh, man, why you beat me? That ain't cool. And Mom, look, I did it longer than Dad. You know what I mean? And just And now it became fun to him. Before you know it, he in there doing, look, Dad, I can do push-ups. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. But the speed, I would do it with something that's fun. Like I take little Chris to the gym all the time, and this little boy loves to run, and I'll just make him run. He's 4. Run. Sometimes I let him beat me, and you know he feels, oh, I won. I'm like, no, you didn't, but okay.
So Amber asked, what do you think about this format as a fitness program for an athletic team, especially for kids?
Oh,
So
for sure. I put all my athletes through it all summer, and they all went. Most of them went back to college. I put my pro guys through it. They left already. The NBA starts camp, I think, in September. So I put all my pro guys through it. They loved it, and you know what was crazy? It kicked their butt. Speed 45 crushed my college football players. I mean, I was like, dang, like it crushed them. So yeah, definitely train your team on that, man, for sure.
Lauren was talking about how her 9-year-old daughter has done Speed 25 and Speed 35 with her and loved it. So it's because you guys did laugh.
Yeah, you got to have fun with them. What's another?
Oh, Dean accepts the challenge. Right on.
Yeah, hold on. I'm a teacher, and I work with kids who have home issues, so it just made me get teary-eyed big time. You know something, dealing with, kids that have home issues, as a teacher, sometimes, that's the only positivity they see, and I mean, I know you don't want to, you can't save the world, in that sense, because you only have them for a certain amount of time. But as a kid that was in that situation, my mom being on drugs and my pops not being in my life, I had a math teacher named Mrs. Myricks. My grandma had already passed away, and she resembled my grandma. And so I gravitated to her so much, and just the hugs, the reprimanding when I was late for class. I loved everything about that woman, man. So, as a teacher, you're so powerful, and you may not even realize how much these kids really love you. So. Any talk about live format or have a group? Well, here, I tell you what, I don't know when it's going to happen, but Shift Shop is definitely going live. I'm not, honestly, we haven't talked about it yet because everything just came out. But if I can guess, I think it would be next summit. That makes the most sense to me. And so I definitely see this program being in like YMCAs and, other gyms, because I do it in my gym. It only makes sense. So yeah, I would 100% say that, and I'm willing to bet you $1 million it'll be at next year's summit.
I have 1 million people asking me every weekend when I'm doing a training.
For sure.
It has
to be, and I'm going to teach it, so it's going to be good.
Yeah.
Any more questions?
Oh, Amber's excited about that. Amber's one of our live instructors as well.
Yeah, it'll definitely be live. I just think it's too early to throw so much at everybody. I know people want to hop in it, but definitely I think Summit, it makes the most sense for them to do it.
Yeah. Okay, Bubba. Thanks for that.
What else? Any more questions?
Let's see. All right.
Hey, Chris?
So,
Yo.
So one particular move inspired me to buy something, and that's why my video's been off, but I'm going to show you what it inspired me to move, or what inspired me to buy. And you can guess the move, but here we go.
Oh, man, I'm telling you, the Bear series is just incredible, man. And I've been kind of like, man, let me zip it up.
It's your favorite, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
I knew it.
So we did a poll in our team group about what we thought your favorite exercise from the Shift Shop series was, and these were the top answers. Anything in the abs workout, anything that challenges your balance because we get better together, but of course the top suggestion was anything with Bear. So we got to know, what was your favorite exercise in Shift Shop?
One of my favorite exercises in that whole program, Shop Hops. Shop Hops is my
I did that one today.
Oh man, because like if you do that move right, there's a certain sense of agitation that surfaces in you. Like it almost makes you angry because it's like it burns, and it's like that's your moment to like really bond with that burn. Like it really comes like when you're going forward and quickly going backwards and then go forward again. But it's like the marker's there, and you just got to challenge yourself. I just got to get to that marker without stopping. So shop hops is my favorite move in the whole program.
That's awesome. So I thought we could probably, if you still have a couple minutes, I got
about 12 more minutes. We're all good.
Okay, cool. There's a bunch of us on here who have been through Shift Shop more than once. Bubba and I have been through it start to finish once, and we just started again today. And I thought we could, maybe just as a token of gratitude to you, share some of our results. And so if you guys are prepared to share your results with Chris and just, say thank you, feel free to unmute yourself. Bubba, do you want to share yours, or do you want me to share?
I'll let other people go first.
Okay. Well, personally, I lost 2.5 pounds and 4¼ inches. And for me personally, it wasn't about the loss in inches or weight, but it was what the shift represented for my relationship with my husband. Mm-hmm. And, we're now in probably the best shape that both of us have been in a long time, but it's the shape of our marriage that has improved the most. Wow. Because of this. And the fact that in 3 weeks, I've noticed just in 3 weeks, the significant difference in how we interact as a couple, how we support each other more deeply, how we can be honest with each other and joke more. It was us coming together around this program that really precipitated that. And so I thank you, Chris, so much for all that you've done for Bubba, but also for me, because it's been huge. So thank you very, very much.
Wow. That's powerful. Wow.
Yeah, I'll see the next. I don't know what. Man, it's tough to follow that one. That was good.
I was sitting there like, wow, yeah, who's gonna follow up that one?
But I definitely want to say thank you, because I've been a coach for a couple of years. I think I've done every program, and I had a lot of success a couple of years ago, and now I've reached that point where I've plateaued. Yeah. So for me, I was hovering around like 207 for a while. So when the shop came along, it was exactly what I needed, because I think just that gradual increase, 25, 35, 45, the meal plan, everything was like the perfect program for me. So I lost 16 pounds and I lost 18 inches, and it's motivated me to keep going to get to my ultimate goal, which is back down into the 180s. So it's like, and today I did super speed 50 today. And so I started that, and I want to finish out the second round. And it's been the perfect program for me. So I thank you for it. I thank you for with Super Speed 50 that the cool down was actually a part of the workout, because when it got down to like the last 3 minutes, I was like, no way he's going to give us another workout and have a cool down. But when it was built in, it was like a relief for me. I needed that today. So I thank you for the program, the shop. I love it. I've been telling all my boys about it and trying to get other people to do it with me. I'm going to have Dean do it with me tomorrow. So I thank you for it. It's definitely what I needed to get over my plateau.
Appreciate you, man. I appreciate you guys. Wow. That's good stuff. Who else got some good news for me?
I just started round 2. I did speed 35 today. I did the first round and lost 3.5 pounds, 4.5 inches. I was kind of with my nutrition, so I know I could have done better. But the major thing that I noticed is after I did the first round, I went back and took a week off, and I did the first week of 21 Day Fix. And the very first move in 21 Day Fix was something that I always struggled with so much forever. And I knew right away that I would be able to do it because of the strength that I got from your program. And I went into it. And I record myself when I work out, and I was like crying while I was doing it because I couldn't believe that I did it like fully. So I definitely have you to thank for that.
Wow. I know that I just added rounds 4, 5, and 6, and they're crazy. Like they're real hard. Like they're like really bad hard. And so,
Looking forward to it.
yeah, but it's like the thing about it is like I got this legit addiction, right? And this addiction is like I love seeing people happy. Like, I love making people better. I like people, you know, I like people when they get aha moments, when they're like, man, I didn't know I could do that, and now I could do it. And then you just like, I just like reminding people that like inside of you is so much untapped, unlimited potential. You just got to be vulnerable for a little bit. You know what I mean? You got to get out your comfort zone. Like your biggest growth, the biggest growth as a coach, as a person, is when you're out of your comfort zone, because that's when you allow yourself to expand mentally, emotionally, and physically, and you really get to see what you're capable of. And so, yeah, that's beautiful, guys. I really love it, man. Good stuff. Good stuff. Wow.
Allison lost 4 pounds and gained abs.
You've been eating some rocks. Eating pellets.
Did anyone else want to unmute and share their results? I know there was a few people on.
So I will, I basically, for me going into this program, it was exactly what myself and my husband needed, because I mean, as much as I love Beachbody On Demand, it tunes into my ADHD of working out and like going all over the place. And so it had been the longest time since we had fully committed together. Like it's been a long, long time since we committed to actually doing a program from beginning to end, the way it was laid out, and saw it through. And there's just nothing better than that feeling of doing that, committing that to yourself and to each other for us, and spending that time together. Because we used to do that when I started Beachbody programs, you know, years ago with like Insanity, we did do our very first program completely together, and we've gotten so far away from that. And I do feel like there is such a bond when we have that time together. Yeah. So I really appreciate that you developed this program, that it was 3 weeks. It was like the right amount of time for us to be like, okay, let's redo this. Let's commit to this. And, you know, we really enjoyed the challenge, and it was a lot of fun. So thank you.
I know there was, when we started getting in a test group, there was like 4 couples who were headed to divorce, like straight up, like headed to divorce. And I didn't know. And they did the workout together, and there was so much personal development there, along with my weekly talks with them. Like I sent them a video every day, and then we had a live call on Sundays, and it was religious. I did it consistently. And then in that, you know, in those talks, you know, I really talked about a lot about self-love, and then celebrating each other, celebrating that moment, celebrating, you know, the fact that your partner has your back, like the things that you fell in love with them in the beginning, like celebrate this moment right now. Who cares about the past? Who cares about tomorrow? All you have is today. And this person is standing here sweating with you. Before you know it, the husband was encouraging the wife was encouraging the husband. They were meal prepping together. They were taking selfies together. And all four of those couples' marriages is restored. And they like in love, like they never had an issue. And every time I talk to them, like it breaks my heart, because it was like, wow, like I took something that was in the darkest area of my life and like poured out my love and passion for people. And I never thought that it would just go into marriages. You see what I'm saying? It just, man, guys, this program is just so powerful, man. And like, all you got to do is just get a glimpse of your potential, like get a glimpse of your partner, see them as perfect and not as what you see in, maybe, you know, was physical. See them as already fit, already perfect, already walking in love. Demonstrate to them what you want them to demonstrate to you. It's just so powerful, man. So, you know, this program has a potential. It's been the #1 program since it was available on BOD. Like it's like up until actually still today, like Shift Shop gets more views in one day than every program on there together. And it's crazy. I'm like, don't tell me that. And so when it broke the BOD record, like Shaun T had 1.3 million views in 30 days. Shift Shop had 2.9 million views in 30 days. And it's like, you know, I was like, oh my gosh, like I don't want people to be mad at me, but it was just, I mean, I didn't mean to do all that, but it is what it is, man. So, you know, the program is amazing, man. It really is.
Well, much respect for that. And we're not surprised. We're not surprised by that level of success. Kelly she puts it perfectly. She says, thank you for sharing so much of yourself with us. Your humanness comes right through the television and is felt so strongly. Thank you for that, because from my end, it drives me to work harder because you are you and you're not above us. And I agree that there are so many of us who, we put the trainers a little bit on a pedestal, and you come to us just at our level and you talk to us like you know us already, and it makes all the difference in the world. And we are so super thrilled that you're part of our family now, and I can't wait to see more and more and more lives changed because of this program. And I think there's probably one other set of results out there somewhere to be shared. I'm not sure where.
Yeah, it is. I think if you guys can take that concept into your team and be as relatable no matter how successful you become with everybody. I know when we filmed, we did the key art shoot in December, and I was shredded. Like, I'm talking about, we did the Shift Shot program. I was shredded when we got done. And then we had 5 weeks before the actual filming, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I got 5 more weeks to get even leaner. Like, I was feeling good, and it was a week and a half later. I woke up, and it was on a Sunday, and I just felt like this burden in my heart, man. And I was like, why do I feel like this? And I heard it crystal clear. I want you to gain weight. I'm thinking, why? So then Monday I went into my to Beachbody and to work on it. And I told one of the members of my team, I was like, bro, I'm about to put on like 15, 17, 20 pounds in like the next 5 weeks. He was like, why? Dude, why would you do that? I said, listen, I have a modeling background and an acting background. So if I go into this program super ripped, that's going to be like every other program in the world where the trainer is like something that's unrealistic to some people. I said, what I want to do is I want to get bulkier. I want to gain some weight. I want us to cast people who are more fit than me, so that it ain't about my physical appearance and my body, but about my gift to love, empower, and inspire people. He's like, dude, that's like a major risk. I said, I don't care. I want to do it. So we started casting people for it. So I was like the third most in shape person in the whole video. And I wanted it like that because I wanted what I had to say to be more important than what I looked like. Does that make sense? So it was a gamble, and it worked. So you guys see Sean in there. It was like he just ate a whole bowl of pebbles. Like, that dude was little He-Man. He was ripped. Him and Jasper was peeled, man. I was like, I want him. And everybody's like, dude, it's your program. I said, no, that's where you're wrong. It's our program. What I want to say is more important than what I look like. Trust me on this. Just ride this out with me. I wanted y'all to see me struggle. I wanted y'all to see me have bad balance. I wanted y'all to see me drop the modification during the actual filming. Like, watch, look, I'm tired. I'm going to modify. You know what I mean? I wanted you guys to see that, because at the end of the day, I'm not above you. I just have a different gift than you have. But at the end of the day, it's all to the same purpose, the same mission. And so, yeah, I don't care about that fame, celebrity stuff. I really don't like it, to be honest. It's just a turn off to me. I'm not into that. So.
Well, we do have some pretty amazing trainers, and now to have you among us, I'm not one of those trainers, by the way.
You want to be. Anything else?
Allison says, my challengers love your humor and your singing. I actually do too.
Well, see, my brother is the real singer. I was having fun, man. So, SpongeBob, the Toesies. I can't believe I said Toesies. That slipped out of my mouth. It really did. Once I realized when I said Toesies, I was like, I'm done. That's it.
I was definitely going to bring that up.
My identity is done. I said Toesies. I can't even cover that one up. Yeah, when I said that, I was like, I can't believe I just said Toesies. That was crazy. Oh, my gosh. Okay, y'all got me.
So, Chris, I know you're probably going to wrap it up. So I guess I'll share my results and we'll end the call, if that's all right with you, Aaron.
Yeah.
Sweet. So, you got a lot of text from me, so you know most of it. But what I never shared with you was my measurements.
Oh, wow.
So you know how frustrated I was with the weight loss
Yeah.
and how I wanted more of it to go. But overall, I lost 4 inches in my waistline.
Wow.
I gained 1.5 inches in each bicep. And I gained 2 inches in my chest.
Wow.
So I think that balanced out just fine.
Wow, dude.
I might have been going too heavy, but, you know, that's just me being stubborn.
That's powerful, bro. Wow.
Totally.
Man. That's beautiful stuff, man.
And he's still going.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I'm proud of y'all, man. I really am. I'm proud of each and every one of you guys. And to your challengers, you know, just understand, man, you know, you got a great support system, and you can accomplish anything you want. It's just a matter if you're ready, you know, and what you're willing to do to get a glimpse of your potential. You got to modify. Who cares? Just enjoy the journey. Don't get caught up in how much weight you lost. Get caught up in how you feel. You see what I'm saying? Enjoy every minute of it, man, and take it all in. This is your moment. This is your time to become the best that you've ever been, man. So it's good stuff. Good stuff.
And Kara has one last super quick question.
Yeah, I just have one last real quick question because I keep trying to catch it on the video, but I'm never fast enough. What weight are you guys using?
I used 20s, 25s. Yeah, I use 20s and 25s in there. I want to think. I wonder if I use 15. No, I use 20s and 25s in there, I believe.
Okay. Because I'm always trying to catch it when the camera gets there. I'm like, man, I can't see it. Like, I'm trying to get an idea of where everybody is.
I know there was one point where Chris grabbed like 30s or something crazy. Like when it was on what video was that? It was one of them where he said, "Hold on, Chris." He grabbed like
45. He went back.
He grabbed like 30s or something.
Yeah, straight 45.
Yeah. I was like, that camera's coming over here, dude. You use for something. But yeah, I use 20s and 25s.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. Thanks.
Well, Chris, thank you again so much for your time. And again, personally, thank you so much for just loving on Bubba and seeing him through this program. We are super, super thankful for creating this program, but also sharing your story tonight and giving us a little bit of your time. So thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Stay strong, stay focused, stay motivated, man. Stay encouraged, guys. Keep
Awesome.
Working.
All right.
I see you.
Thanks, Chris.
Bye, Chris.
Bye. Thanks.
Bye, everybody.